Is a suspension? What time is it? Let's see the last result she was talking about. We've received an update on the hostage situation. The 56-year-old male suspect who announced his intent to commit mass murder in Sumida City today had taken a woman hostage and gone on the run, but was found by the police in the park in Sumida after 4 p.m. and confirmed death. The weapon of the suspect was said to possess was nowhere to be found on site, and its whereabouts is currently unknown. Furthermore, the female hostage was not present, and the search for her continues. Interesting. If it's been reported on the news, then that lends credence to her story. What story? Anyways, I shall ask about her side of the story. Ayame? Where is she? I wonder what her intentions are. How is she able to act like nothing ever happened? Is this just how girls are this day? Well, just like I said, right? The female hostage mentioned on the news just now. That must have been you. Which means you killed Najima with your own cursed stone? Well, you said you'd give me refuge. So I came to take you up on that offer. What are you planning? Huh, me? Well, obviously, I'm on to my last resort. He was quite shaken just a moment ago, but he seemed better now. You'd think it'd be harder for him to keep his cool. Anyways, I should ask about her side of the story. Yeah, you should. Well then, how should I proceed? Is this what it's like to be rushing to one's doom? What is your last resort? You're a curse bearer? With curse stone too, right? Are you surprised? Yes, I have a curse stone on my own. It's the Taiko of Sugaru. Then why go after other people's curse stones? Because killing people is bad, you know? Don't you think so too? I wonder. Oh? Are you the type of lady who's willing to sacrifice anything for the sake of your goals? It's sure I'm good. People will question where your parents went wrong, you know? Well, people can be harsh. Either way, that's why I wanted to only use soul dregs gathered by others. But that didn't work out in the end. No one had the backbone to use their curse. The world's gone soft. With no one mercilessly using their curse in pursuit of their own goals, I had to take matters into my own hands. And now people might be wondering where your parents went wrong, huh? Well, I suppose, huh? But it had to be done, if you say. I heard Namigaki, that young man you were with, used his curse stone too. Huh? How did you know that? Creepy much? Are you stalking me? I may have heard it from a detective I know. Ugh, there it is, cops. But you know a bunch. I know your type, people who boast just because they know a couple of cops. But the police is filled with nothing but scum. You seem to hold quite a grudge against the force. Speaking of, this guy's really creeping me out. What's the deal with him anyway? You gonna explain? Even the way he moves is all weird and exaggerated. Right, I haven't introduced myself. No, thank you. For Richard. So, what were we talking about again? Oh right, Yutaro Namigaki. He's no good, honestly. He was such a wuss. I had to spur him on so many times for him to even use his curse. And even then he was pissing his pants. And just when I take my eyes off him, he hands over his curse stone to someone. Honestly, he's a disappointment. So that's what happened. Which is why I figured I had to do it myself if I wanted it done right, you know. That's why my last resort is collecting soul drags on my own. Let me introduce myself, it's hard to talk as strangers. It is? And are you okay telling me who you are? Well, I won't stop you, do as you please. Well, I am Harue Shigima and this is my house. My father and husband are both with the police. Is that so? Then you know that cops are just the worst people, right? Well, there are certainly many who are cold, especially with their own family. In a police family, one is always expected to just grin and bear it, no matter what happened. God, I know, right? What a relief, you understand. I think we might get along. Oh? Well, I'm glad then. And I'm Richard Kaib, private investigator. Ugh, did I ask? But you're an investigator? So your job is to sneak around and follow people to pry into their secrets, right? Oh, is that why you keep on probing with all these questions? Ew! Guess there's no much thing I can do to change the terrible impression you got of me. Poor Richard! Hey lady, why are you walking with this dude? I asked him to look into something for me. Really? It's just that he keeps looking this way. Isn't your father a police officer as well? That man is not my father, not in name or deed. Sounds like there's some bad blood there. I already legally cut all ties. He even had the nerve to act all high and mighty today and still refused to help me. You met him today? Yes, today, remember? The Chief Tsutsumi who was chasing Nejima? Well, that's him, my dad. What? You're his daughter? Former daughter, I cut ties. He's never acted like a father, so he doesn't deserve the title. You know, I heard something about that Nejima guy. Apparently he wanted to get revenge on Chief Inspector Tsutsumi for his arrest by going after his daughter. Wait, really? And I heard the police had been searching non-stop to take you into protective custody. So that explains why the police were staking out your place too. Man, how could I have known that? They came in such intimidating numbers. Wait, huh? Hold on a minute. Doesn't that mean that Nejima was specifically after my life today? That sounds about right. It's a good thing you got out unscathed, or rather, managed to turn the tables on him. Well, that means, legally speaking, it was self-defense. But that truly was quite frightening. To think I'd have to go through this just for being related to a cop is a disgrace. It truly is. To cause their own child such trouble. I'm sorry. It's okay. You're not the one that needs to apologize, lady. I'm sorry. I just reminded me of what happened to my son. Your son? What happened? My child, who was also kidnapped and murdered in order to enact revenge against the police, you see. What? How awful. That's terrible. I'm sorry to hear that. Now that you say it, I do remember hearing about an incident like that last year. That must have been your son, huh? My condolences. You used a curse stone? So when you were taken hostage by Nejima, you used the curse stone in the gardens and swiftly made your getaway. Well, yeah. I didn't really have time to think on it, and at the time I only thought of how to get out of there. Then, what about now? Could you use it again, your curse stone? Well, the curse stone doesn't respond during the day, but it's evening now. So I tried using the curse just now, and yep, it seemed I activated it. What, you're using it now? I might be It might be still a little weak. I guess it's not supposed to be used repeatedly. But I think I could get it to work once more. Oh, that's so. Serious, so I'll give you a final warning. It's already started, so be careful, It started? What started? The curse, of course. All that's left is for the conditions to be fulfilled. She activated her curse. The curse stone can be used already. I let my guard down. I didn't think it could be used this early in the evening. Ma'am, please calm down. What should I do? Should I keep her talking? What? Oh no, Haruhi so. No, instead of talking about that, how about we talk about why you're so shaken? So I thought you have a curse bearer too. You're a curse bearer, aren't you, lady? Yes? Yes, I am. I'm sure you already noticed. Well, yeah, around last night it was a little too obvious. Judging by your dress, I'm guessing you got the hunting clappers? Yes, that's right. There's a lot of soul dregs on the table for killing a curse bearer, you know. I'm well aware. Did you get soul dregs when you killed Nejima? Of course, his curse stone already contained some soul dregs as well. I think killing one more curse bearer will be enough for the rite. No, it isn't. You can combine soul dregs across several stones. Correct, all it needs is the prerequisite amount. As long as you got that, it doesn't seem to matter where you got them from. I see. Then you won't mind if I took them, right? My lady, you're quite motivated, aren't you? Ma'am? Tobacco, her father, Nejima, her desire. Let's kill her? But we still need the talisman, right? How did you kill Fumichika Nejima? I'm not telling you. I only ask because it does concern me. He was one of the reasons my child was kidnapped. There's not much to say. We talked and he cleared the condition for my stone. Talk? Did he show any sign of remorse over his past crimes? It didn't feel like he did, no. I see. The world is full of trash men, I tell you. I agree. Richard! We talk and the condition... Is it by knowing the full name? That's awful. Wait, what is the Taiko of Sugaru's talking about? Story about? A firefighter was allowed to use the large dam that reside. Gossip? It's just talk? Is it just talking? What is your wish, Ayame? Is it really to resurrect Katsuhishika Hokusai? Yes, there's no life that holds more value than his. Including my own. You're saying you'd be willing to die if it meant bringing Hokusai back to life? Not all life is equal. At least not to me. A life that can birth art with more power to move hearts is infinitely more worthy. Compared to that, the life of someone like me, someone that can't produce a thing, has no value. That's unhinged. I'm still young, it's the age for wild thoughts. But aren't you the same? What? You've got a life more important than your own. A life you consider more important than the life of many others. That's what you're doing it all for, isn't it? You're right. If I can save my son, I couldn't care less about my life or the lives of others. Who's unhinged now? I'm a mother, it is what it is. Dang, the feeling of proper parent or something else. Listen, Ayame, I have something to ask you. No, the answer is no. The cursed stone in your possession, I'm not giving it up. You're right. We're both made of stronger stuff. We're both made of stronger stuff than that. You're not giving it up. And neither am I. So you know full well, right? Your father, the chief investigator. I met him not too long ago. Oh really? He came off a little stiff and awkward. There's a surprise. But there was something charming about his seriousness, and it seemed like he cared a lot about his daughter. Please cut it out. It's gross. You don't know a thing about us. Outsiders shouldn't butt in into another family's affair. Though he may as well be a stranger to me now. Even if you cut legal ties, you're still related by blood. Huh? We're not related at all. Huh? He probably thought that I never noticed it, but it wasn't hard for me to figure out that I wasn't related to them by blood. So you were adopted? Well, I got curious, so I looked into it. It was all pretty straightforward. I was a baby when they took me in. All they did was raise me. What? You're Shino? My mother first got pregnant shortly after she married, but it was a stillbirth. Oh no. The whole affair left a deep wound on her heart. My father couldn't bear to see it, so it was for her sake that he did it. I was a substitute, a replacement for the child she lost. He decided that all by himself. He didn't discuss it. Maybe he was trying to be thoughtful. So any baby would have been fine, as long as it could have comforted the woman who hoped to become a mother. Putting it such a way, it's not easy to raise a child. My mother was bewildered, wouldn't you be, after being told to raise a baby that wasn't your own? But she couldn't just abandon the baby either. Yet my father just left everything to my mother and never lent a hand. He's so damn selfish. The two of them grew apart. I watched them try and figure out how to understand each other and decide it was a messed up family, I tell you. Well, I guess my presence was to blame for the rift to begin with. You shouldn't say that. I know he's bad at expressing himself and has his work, but still, that shouldn't be excuse. But knowing all that, I couldn't take it anymore. It just made me want to hurry up and leave home and live on my own. I still rely on him for tuition and allowance, but that much is normal for most kids, right? I don't want him to start acting like he's my father now just because he's doing the minimum. I'm sorry to hear that. It sounds like it was tough for all of you. I'm sorry, you're right, it's not my place to talk about your family. Oh well, I may have said too much. To think I spilled all that when I don't even know what the conditions are. Could it be what we were talking about had something to do with the activation condition from the haunting clappers? Who knows, Anyway, I guess you could say you put a stop to Najima's mass murder seems. About that, there's no guarantee that I won't do it myself? What? I picked up his curse stone on the one-sided reed. It really is something else. Unfortunately, I can't use a curse stone that's not mine until it's late at night. Really? Are you okay with telling me that? How silly of me, I let that slip. Teehee. But if that's your wish, then what do you plan on doing if you don't get what you wish? Oh, I haven't thought of it. I might just keep on trying to bring Hokusai back some other way. You really are obsessed. You and Hyaku's chairwoman might be cut from the same cloth. Who's that? She's like an all-powerful vortex of obsession turned to yokai-level proportions. You're saying I'll end up like her? Are you looking forward to such a future? I'd rather not have to wait till I'm old and creaking. I want it to happen now. There's no room left for negotiation here. You're right, there's not. I'll put my life on the line for Hokusai. Do you smoke? Well, a little. Feel free to smoke if you want to, please. I'm okay, I didn't see any ashtray out on display either. Does no one smoke in this family? A little rare, isn't it? Nobody in the family does. Richard, what do I do? I don't want to kill Ayame, we still need the talisman from her. Then why did you ask me if I did all of a sudden? That's so subtle. Well, there's no room left for negotiation here. You're right, there's not. Is it? I'll keep asking. I'll just keep asking. I don't want to kill her. What do you mean? I'm good for now. Oh. Did you try to use your curse just now? It seemed I didn't meet your curse conditions. I wonder if it was smart to secretly toss the lighter I was carrying earlier. When did... You made a mistake when you decided to ask me about smoking. If a source of fire is the condition for your stone, then you won't see me falling for it now. You wasted your chance with all these chatters. All you needed to do was activate your curse first. I brought everything Nejima had on him, including the lighter he was holding. But it's over now. Yes, I can see it. Huh? Alrighty. With your cards on table, you're out of options. It might be possible for Mr. Investigator there to pin me down by force, but he's not going to do that, is he? Correct, I won't take that risk. Not while your curse conditions are unknown. Coward. I came to kill you and acquire your soul dregs, but after hearing you out, I got a question for you. Why don't you just give up on the right of resurrections? You said it was your son, right? The one you want to bring back? But haven't you done enough? I'm sure your son is content knowing you care for him this much. I'm truly willing to die to resurrect Hokusai, but you can't say the same, right? If you're going to bring your son back, you have to be alive as well, right? In fact, what you really want is for both of you to live, right? Yes. Well, even if you both live to see it, your son would grow up knowing you for who you are, someone who stole the lives of others to bring him back. You would be putting the burden of shouldering all the life sacrifice for him on his little shoulders. Are you really okay with that? If you didn't even think about that, then what you're doing is not for your son, it's for yourself. Aren't you just bringing him back to fulfill your own desires? That's not... Ma'am, what you're saying may be harsh, but hold a kernel of truth. Don't reduce yourself to nothing but a mother who would sacrifice anything for her son. But that's not... We discovered the truth behind his kidnapping. Next, you should take some time to come understand your own feelings. I'll help you every step of the way. Getting to the heart of things is what an investigator does. What will you do? Ma'am, if you relinquish the curse stone to a curse bearer, you will no longer be a curse bearer. You won't be a target anymore. Ayame is giving you a chance. Think hard and then give your answer. No! No! It's my son! I have to... No! Sorry, but that won't make me back down. Ma'am, the lighter, when did you... My clothes are on fire. There does not need to be an open flame, as long as there's spark on fire. Huh? Ma'am, please think this through. No! I'm going to save my son! Ma'am, why? It was the only way. Richard, could we settle any outstanding tabs now? Yeah, sure. Holy shit! There's no way I'm gonna give up. Some days later. Amamori, you got a moment? Of course. What is it, Mr. Richard? What is it, Mr. Richard? I was just curious. Have you heard of the legend of the mother who prayed to the Sumida River and resurrected her dead child? Oh, what are you on about? The mother searched so desperately for her abducted child that she lost her mind. Her son was found dead in Sumida River, so she then built a mount and continued to pray there until her son somehow emerged from the mount, back from the dead, or so the legend goes. I heard it's been adapted into a novel play too. Interesting, and? Well, it just had me thinking that legends really do exist. Sorry to ask again, but what are you on about? No way, I'm gonna resurrect my dead child. Never mind, it is what it is. Welcome to my office. It might be small and dirty, but welcome. Come on, Ernestine, say hello. That's it, good girl. That boy over there, that must be... Hey kid, I'm a private investigator. I worked with your mother not too long ago. What's that? You want to be an investigator when you grow up too? That's great. It's so much better than becoming a police officer. Hey, Amamori, don't you tell the kid to give up his dream. I think it's a great idea. Why don't you bring us all some tea? Why don't you bring us all some tea instead? Pardon me, let's start over. What brings you to my humble office today? Okay, so that's the ending of her path, her chapter. Okay then. Oh! I could just kill them there? Kill him, kill her there? Okay, let's give up the curse stone this time. Very well. Here. Thanks, glad you could see reason. Ma'am, you made the right choice. Dang, you really didn't collect any soul drakes, huh? I promised myself that if I ever used it, it would be only once. But in the end, it didn't come down to numbers. So they only need to be carrying a flame? This seems pretty practical. Well, I'll be taking my leave then. There's no point in going after you for soul drakes, so I'm off to the next curse bearer. Do you know who remains? You speak as if you already figured it out. Well, I've got a pretty good idea from our talk. What will you do? Do you plan to stop me? It's not my place to intervene. Alright then. Hey lady, can I borrow your phone? I don't mind. But who are you calling? The cops. I think it would be faster if I called them directly. Fudge. He's going to kill his own dad, right? And her own dad. Mr. Tsutsumi, this is Mayu Chozawa. Also, you're the one. The Sumida police was looking for you. Glad to see you alright. Sorry, I should have told someone I was okay. I was just so pissed off. Falling right into Hyaku's hand, I got myself into some deep shit. Hyaku seems like they're still up to something. We'll have to make sure they clean up their act once and for all. Get it? Cause they'll sell soap? Huh? What? Clean up their act? Stop trying to make me feel better. I shouldn't have said anything. More importantly, Mayu, thank you for your cooperation with Yoshimi. We'll get to the bottom of it, I promise. Oh, you must be Detective Erio. I heard a lot about you from Hajime. I'll be counting on you. Catch whoever did this, no matter what. Oh, Mr. Tsutsumi, I received a message from Paranormal Affairs earlier. It wasn't from Nakagoshi, but I had someone look into something for me. So even the desk jockey are lending a hand, bring a tear to your eyes. So what they say? Right, about the Onmyoji woman who was in Edo at the time of the Honjo incident. She was a person of great beauty and discerning taste, but also shamelessly did whatever she wanted. It seemed to match the person seen in the recent memory for the foot washing mansion. So she must be the one who fought with Seiman over the right. And they found that her name was Ashino. Ashino, huh? What else? What? Ashino? Shino? Also, Ashi is legs, right? That's all. That's not much help. Oh, but apparently she was quite the powerful Onmyoji, and she died bearing a similarly powerful resentment. It's possible that she became a vengeful spirit with a connection to the Seven Mysteries. A vengeful spirit? If any descendant of Ashino or people otherwise closely aligned with her life today, there's a possibility that spirit awakened and possessed them. Yeah, you mentioned before that spirits can possess people who are closely in sync with them. Though this of course doesn't mean the spirit houses her complete personality, her resentment and her spirit power, those are the part of her that would have the strongest influence. Since Seiman descendants are still around in the present, it wouldn't be surprising if Ashinos were too. They might just be desk jockeys, but they wouldn't give us this info if that's only speculation. They must have found some amount of evidence, looking into abnormal phenomena or things like that. Oh, the Feast of Shadows. There it is, or abnormal phenomenon. Mio, what do you mean? The person who initiated the curse this time, who we've been calling the mastermind. They might be possessed by the vengeful spirit of the Onmyoji named Ashino, the enemy of Seiman. Do we have any idea who they could be or where to find them? Like, if you look at them, Mio, would you be able to tell right away? Or it's like how I didn't realize that Michio had fused with your consciousness, Yako. Common spirits will leak spirit energy left and right, so I can notice them just by looking carefully. But when spirits of a higher caliber you fuse with someone's consciousness, detecting them isn't so simple. Oh? I'm sorry, my skills still need a lot of work, and I don't have anything else to offer. Mio, that's not true at all. You're fine. We'll make this work somehow or others. Thanks. It feels like we're finally coming up to the moment of truth. I don't know what will happen when we put the talisman together and obtain the record of fates in scroll. Oh Mayu, do you meet with Hitomi? Yeah, I met her at the spot I was told. She was acting tough, but I think the incident with Hajime has her really shaken up. I briefly explained our situation and had her give Hajime's talisman to me. Here, this is what you're looking for, right? Young talisman. Yes, I believe that's it. Thank you so much. Mr. Sutsumi, about this? Right, you should hold onto it, Mio. Not like we could use it as it is. Try to figure out what we'll need to do once we got both halves together. Understood, I'll see what I can do. I'm not sure why, but I feel fired up. It feels like we're close to the moment of truth. I think Mio feels the same. Basically, I believe the mastermind behind everything is a woman possessed by the vengeful spirit of the Onmyoji Ashino. I see. Is the mastermind also the one who killed Hajime trying to get the records of fate in scroll? Yes, I think that's very likely. So that's how it is, huh? Then I want to catch them no matter what. Do you know where the other talisman is? Yes, probably. This is Hajime's last job. Finish it for him, okay? We will. I guess this is the end of his family line too, huh? All the people who inherited the talisman before him are already all gone. Ooh. Mayu rushed to Hitomi's place and back for us. She's been trying to appear calm, but I'm sure she must be still in shock. They are all finished investigating the crime scene and the police have mostly left, but they are letting us use the school as our base of communication as per Inspector Sutsumi's request. Oh, there it is! Mockingbird! For laugh! Detective area was nice enough to get us something to drink earlier. Seeing a detective take time for little things like that helps put my mind at ease a little. Come to think of it, did old man Ashimiya end up getting away? So word's already out, huh? He was cornered but managed to take a hostage and escape, is what I heard on the radio. What happened after that? So that's all they're reporting. Here's what really happened. He was killed? And the hostage was Susumi's daughter, whose whereabouts are still unknown? Yep, his daughter showing up was a huge surprise. Even boss couldn't believe it. Damn it, the hell do you expect? No one could have seen that coming. So there's already an emergency search underway for her as a key witness and suspect. I'll be rejoining the search for her after we're done here. Key witness and suspect? But wasn't she a hostage? Could she have killed Najima and felt the scene? Well, it's just a possibility. If we're talking possibilities, might as well tell them everything. It was likely that Najima was killed by a cursed stone. What? By a curse bearer? Oh, it's already evening, so the effect of the Feast of Shadow would be starting to return. Yeah, which make it likely that the curse was used to kill him. Was you repeating yourself? Try to calm down for a second. But that would mean The inspector's daughter is probably a curse bearer, right? Huh? Did you say something? Maybe I'm losing my hearing in my old age. Boss, you can hear just fine. Don't play the old man card every time you want to get out of something. We even talked about how she might have the Taiko of Sugaru if that's the case. Did we? My memory is a little hazy. You got a soft spot for your daughter, don't you, Inspector? It just hits a little too close to home now. But either way, we have to find her as soon as possible. That's why you will be joining the search as soon as we're done here. One more thing, there is very good chance that his daughter has Michio Shiraishi's talisman. All the more reason for you to get back to the search. Best of luck. What the hell has she gotten herself into? I bet he's making jokes and stuff at a time like this because he doesn't want to stress us out. I wonder if he's able to stay so calm because of experience, or if he's just that kind of person. I heard you had a curse stone too? Yeah, I should give it to you then, right? Those things really are a pain in the ass. I'll gladly hand it over to you before it starts giving me any crazy ideas. So this is the beckoning light, huh? Alright, it's safe and sound with me. Sorry you won't be able to bring him back. Don't worry about it. He and I were always prepared for the worst anyway. What's wrong? Damn. The trigger for the beckoning light's curse is some serious shit. Yeah, I thought so too. That's why I said it gives me weird ideas. See what I meant now? How's it work? I'll leave you a note you can read later. We have more important things to worry about now. Right. Mr. Tsutsumi? Does that make it 5 curse stones that you've gathered now? Should be. I want to get the other 4 under wraps as soon as we can. Let's see, I have no idea about the whispering canal. Someone met off with the one-sided reed which Nejima had. Yeah, damn shame. After that, you said earlier that the Taiko of Sugaru might be with your daughter, Inspector. Well, let's see, that's one aside for now. So we can assume that curse bearers are still prowling around out there with those one. What a headache. Hopefully we can find them soon. Now, is that everything we needed to chat about? If we don't need anything else, we'll be going back to the search. There's actually one thing. Oh, what's that? Just completely hypothetically, if the inspector's daughter was the mastermind, I mean, she's a woman, it seems like she was after the talisman. Sorry, don't really understand what you mean. Boss, come on, we gotta look at the facts. But that would mean Inspector Tsutsumi will also have to be one of Ashino's descendants. Alright, you're just a normal person, right, Inspector? Unless that's why you're so resistant to the paranormal. Don't believe I've ever heard anything about being related to some Onmyoji. Oh? But, well, if you put it like that, her being the mastermind is possible. Really? I say possible, but I mean unlikely is what I want to think. Damn it, I didn't even want to imagine it. Boss, if we're going to consider it, we have to do it properly. No dragging your heels about it. No, it's not that. There's something I never told her, never wanted to tell her. The truth is, she's not my real daughter. What? 20 years ago, well, it's a long story, but we took her in when she was just a baby. Do you know anything about her birth parents? You could say, I do, I guess, but really I don't know anything. What's that supposed to mean? I don't get it. Hario, you heard what I said, didn't you? Just now? About 20 years ago? No boss, that can't be. Nejima's? That's right. When we arrested Fumichika Nejima, there was a baby at his house on the brink of death. That was my daughter, Ayame Tsutsumi. She goes by Ayame Tono now. What? You know what? This is a revelation. If I'll be shocked by this revelation, but I kinda already knew that. Someone had to take care of her. A baby holds no blame for the circumstances she came from. But boss, according to Nejima, that baby is his former lover reincarnated using black magic. What? Personally, I think that story is bullshit. According to Nejima, my goodness, it's hard to believe from Nejima's behavior, but could it really be true? I've got a few doubts. We have to question whether the Shino woman ever really existed in the first place. There are no records of her and no body was found. Her name never came up once during the investigation. But even if this woman really existed, I'm skeptical that someone could be reincarnated as a baby through black magic. I agree. No matter how you look at it, a spell with that effect is hard to believe. Even the supernatural has rules that must be followed. Seems more likely he's deluded himself, not wanting to recognize that a spell he risked his life on failed to work. That's my thinking too. The more natural conclusion is that the baby is his and Shino's, and that she died in childbirth. As long as we don't know Shino's origin, we have to consider that possibility that she could be a descendant of Ashino. If nothing else, their names are pretty similar. Okay, assuming all that is true for a moment, Ayame getting taken away by Nejima and then killing him, that would mean that she killed her own father. Calm down, this is all just conjecture. But now that Nejima is dead, we have no means to investigate. So regardless of everything, there's only one thing that matters. She's my daughter. As her parents, I am responsible for her. Nothing can change that. I understand. Alright, we should get back to the search. We'll find her and clear up all of this. Yes, sir. The talisman you young ladies are looking for has something to do with this as well. I'd appreciate it if you could help us find it. So if anything happens, please call the police. We will. I'm worried about Hitomi, so I'm gonna head to where she is. I'll be waiting to hear some good news from you all. Conclusion? Summary of previous event. Satsumi and Ario continue their investigation, deciding to meet with Ayame Tono to get to the bottom of it all. What will be the conclusion to the curses of the 7 mysteries of Honjo? To Seiman and Ashino's intertwined fates? Who cares about them? Really, who cares? It's 6 p.m. But Ayame's, Ayame's motive is so strange, bizarre. Resurrecting an artist? What the hell is that? Hey, how long has it been since we last saw each other? 3 years? How have you been? I think the last time was when you came to see me after deciding to go to university. That wasn't because I wanted to see you. I just needed money to pay my tuition. Not one to mince words, eh? You came alone, right? Yeah, it's just me. You make it sound like I'm handing over ransom money for hostages. I just don't want to get caught, okay? Come on. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, the whispering is still unknown. What? Is it Yoko? Will Yoko make an appearance here? Never thought I'd see the day that you called the police. There's something I needed to see you about. Well, alright then. We've got a lot to talk about, so let's go through things one by one. First thing first, let's check for chicken. Is that a chicken? Where's my chicken sticker? The sun is starting to dip down into the horizon. This long day is about to end. You don't have to worry about Nejima's threat anymore, but I sure didn't expect this to happen. Is there any chicken sticker around here? I guess there's nothing here. But my Peekaboo jackpot, and then lottery, Falcon booth, the revisiting park at night. I guess there's no one here, nothing here. She sure has changed over the past 3 years, get more of a grown-up air about her. Hard to believe she's that same little girl who would get omelette all over her face when we took her out to eat. Wait a minute, is that how far back I have to go for a happy memory together? No wonder she hates me. Are you okay? I'm sorry I couldn't save you from Nejima. Are you hurt? Wow, I didn't expect that from you. Huh? I thought you'd just start questioning me before you bother to ask how I'm doing. Well, I am still your father. Oof, maybe boss can handle this after all. Isn't that right? That's the first thing you ever say to your daughter, right? She's called the police asking for me by name and demanded that I come meet her alone. They asked me if I wanted them to set her perimeter, but I hadn't stand them down. Sure, she might make a run for it, but I don't want her panicking if she has a curse stun. Besides, it's not trying to attack her by force. Yeah. Eh? I'm fine. I managed to get away somehow, rather. Right, I'm glad. Can I ask you one thing? Do you know anything about the talisman Michio Shiraishi had? Michio Shiraishi? From the car crash you were in with that Namigaki guy. Oh, with Yutaro. Yeah, it was here. It was there. Yutaro? That sounds like... So you and him were, not really. He was kind of a boring guy. What, you're serious? But he's safe. You're getting off track, Mr. Sutsumi. The talisman, got back to the talisman. We shouldn't have relied on him for this. Well, if you don't plan on seeing him again, it doesn't matter. But with the hit and run case on top of everything, you're really in deep. Is that really what you wanted to talk about? Yeah, no. Tell me about the talisman. Did you take it from the scene? You mean this? That's... I picked it up at the scene of the crash. I didn't want to leave fingerprints behind. That's all? There's really no other reason? What's the big deal? Is it really that special? This whole thing? Yeah, it's real important. Would you mind giving it to me? Important? For what? For putting a stop to the curses of the 7 mysteries. Oh, don't say that, Sutsumi. Oh? So that means if I give you the talisman, I won't be able to use the right? Then no way, I'm definitely keeping it. Ugh, I screwed that one up. Yeah, you did! Mr. Sutsumi, you really can't do any better than that? Come on, the talisman. Why are you willing to go so far for the Wrath of Resurrection? What do you want with it? Even if I told you, you wouldn't understand. You'd just call it stupid and dismiss the idea completely. Come on, I wouldn't do that. Maybe together we can think up a way for you to get what you want with that resurrection. I want to bring Katsushika Hokusai back to life. Hokusai? Hokusai, the Ukiyo-e artist? That Hokusai, you want to bring him back to life? That'll be quite the feat, huh? That's you. I heard you like his art, but why would you do something so stupid? See? Gah! The only time I ever felt there was a place I belonged was when I was immersed by the dreamlight world of Ukiyo-e. Oh, shut up, button! Sorry, that was Button, my cat. I have to let her out. Though I'm sure you never noticed. Really, I had no idea. It saved me. Hokusai is the reason I'm still alive today. I didn't know you felt so hopeless. You would only realize it now, but it's too late. Feeling sorry won't do either of us any good. Huh? For the moment I heard about the Wrath of Resurrection, I knew that was my destiny. If this is all I ever accomplish, I'll die happy. You're real serious about this. Will you give me the talisman? But no way, I can't lose the right. You have a curse stone, don't you? I do. You wouldn't happen to feel like handing it over, would you? The police will handle any damages the curse caused. Now, before you do any more wrong with it, I'm not giving it up. Of course not. Me being a curse bearer, are you after my life? That's exactly what I'm here for. I didn't come to chat. We can talk all you want, but as soon as the condition for my curse is met, I'll use it, no hesitation. I think that we have to say our name, right? Isn't that the condition? But I don't know, but Haruwe we didn't actually see her activating her curse on Haruwe. Or do you have more than one? How many curse stones do you have? 3, not that it matters. 3, huh? I'm not handing them over. Then I'll put this bluntly. Did you kill Nejima? And if I did, would you hide me from the police? Well, I don't know if I... That's what I thought. Your job is the only thing you really care about. Yes, I did it. You. I didn't think he even knew I was a curse bearer. He brought me to those gardens, and I realized while he was talking to me that he fulfilled the condition of my curse, so I just gave it a shot. I didn't think it will actually activate. So there's no going back now. That's not true. You can still make things right before you make them worse. Then let me say it another way. This is my chance and I won't throw it away. Your chance? On what? Did Nejima say anything to you? He said a lot of bad things about you, that's for sure. Yeah, not surprised there. So I said a lot of bad things about you back. I didn't want to be outdone. Harsh? In that sense, I felt just a little like he was my kindred spirit. No, kindred spirit? What are you talking about? He's a dangerous criminal. But I'm a murderer now too, aren't I? Maybe you're not so different after all. No, you're different. Am I? Well, maybe not that different. But at least you're honest. I know I haven't been the best father, but I wonder, of all the fathers in the world, are there any who wouldn't cover for their child if they committed a crime? How should I know? You're the detective here. You must have been seeing plenty of cases like that. Yeah, plenty of parents take the fall for their children or give them a place to hide. As a person it's wrong, but maybe as a parent it's the right thing to do. I don't know. But I think having a father like that would make it easier to go to him for advice if I did do something wrong. Maybe there's a sense of security in knowing that no matter what happened, you have at least one person on your side. I see, so that's what it would take to be on your side. I can't do that. That's okay. I wasn't really expecting you to. So Nejima really didn't tell you anything? Not really, no. How is she? Yasuko, I mean. Mom? I haven't kept in touch with her. I've been on my own this whole time. I'm sure you've reached out to her though, haven't you? I did call her this morning actually, just to make sure she was safe. She's been running around all over the place looking for you. Sounds like she's fine to me. Did you contact her after I called the police to tell her you heard from me? I did not. Well, I've heard you're into nightlife and staying out late these days. I didn't want her to worry more than she already was. You're one to talk. I think I've let you talk enough. Mind letting me have a turn? By all means. You're hiding something. You're hiding something from me, aren't you? Did we have to lie? Well, sure, you can't live as long as I have without having a secret or two. Of course you try to dodge the question. Now then, let me tell you my curse stone, the Taiko of Sugaru works. What? My curse bludgeon you to death. Anyone I found out is hiding something from me. What? So if you try to cover something up that I know is true, I'll be able to use my curse on you. With that in mind, can I ask you one more thing? Get it? Why you wanted to see me? Then let me tell you one thing. The Evergreen Beach has similar condition. I can use my curse on anyone who tells me a lie. What? How is that fair? And you use that curse on me? As an officer of law, it's inexcusable. But as a parent with a duty to his child, I have no other choice. Are you threatening me? Do you really think that's enough to convince me to do as you say? I don't want to use it either, but for your sake, I suggest you try not to lie. Go ahead then, if I lie then so be it. Okay, I'm gonna ask. If you try to hide it now, you really will die. Then Well, we'll say it truthfully, right? Am I your real daughter? I'm just a baby you picked up to replace your stillborn, aren't I? And you could never bring yourself to tell me who my real parents were, so you just kept hiding it. Is there a choice here? Still too much of a coward to tell me, huh? You don't like the truth, so you won't admit it. That my real parent is the man I was just with. Ayame. Is that all you have to say? Then I only have one answer for you. You are honestly and truly our daughter. Nothing more, nothing less. Even now you're still trying to hide it. Why? Are you really that stupid? What? Boss! Why? Is your pride worth dying for? Should have known. Why? Why go this far to hide it? Man, listen. Huh? You're how? Ayame, be proud. No matter what happens, you are our precious daughter. No way. How are you still alive? I don't know what the piece of shit Najima filled your head with, but you're not Shino. And you're not Ashino either. You're our daughter, Ayame Tsutsumi. Alright, I guess it's Tono now, but that's fine now. Tsutsumi, Tono, both will always be part of who you are. But why are you doing this? It's not true. The curse proves that it's not. Sure, you probably don't have many memories of us playing together. And I did leave everything at home to your mom. And I was barely ever there for you. Even so, when I was working, no matter how grisly a crime scene I was at, all I ever wanted was for you to grow up to be happy. That's it. Why say all of this now? So do one last thing for me. I want you to tell me the truth too. And if you lie to me now, I'm taking you with me. I can't. The mastermind behind all this, the one who awakened the curses of the Seven Mysteries in order to use the right, wasn't you, was it? No, I wouldn't even know how to do that, and picking up Michio Shirai's talisman was just coincidence, right? Yeah, I already told you that. Ah, good. Hearing that, I can rest easy. You're nothing like Nejima. You can stand on your own two legs. You can keep living without escaping into a fantasy. You can hate me. You can dream all the crazy dreams you want. Just don't ever stop trying to do good. You're a victim of your curse too. It's not too late to atone for the hit and run for using the curse. Don't run away. You can still make things right. I know you can because you're my daughter. And after that, just live the best life that you can. Boss! Oh, is that it? That day at 6:18 p.m., Ayame Tono was taken into custody. Tatsuo Tsutsumi's death was confirmed at the same time. The 5 cursed stones possessed by Tsutsumi, as well as the 3 given up by Ayame, lost their curse bearers. This temporarily extinguished their spirit power, allowing Mio Kurosuzu to obtain them and seal them away without difficulty. The Yin talisman possessed by Ayame Tono was recovered and entrusted to Mio Kurosuzu as well. Thus, any massacre that could potentially be caused by this iteration of the curses was prevented before it could ever happen. Or so it seemed. And he would teach her to paint. It was an old man's only pleasure. One day, his grandfather told him about her dreams, curses, souls, resurrections. Hearing her tale, the old man was gripped by a sudden zeal and began to paint with great fervor. His work quickly became famous, enchanting all those who viewed the strange imagery. Even the daimyo had taken notice. What could possibly have happened? The people whispered among each other. It almost looked like if he had been beaten like a drum. Shit. Is this old man Kanzo is the Horikita or what? What is it then? Kills by dismemberment, one whose face, address, name, age, occupation, and location are all known by the. Holy shit! Just googling it, and then we got several person. So it's not a drum; it's the old man getting punched over and over. That's so cruel. June area 8 p.m. Is it the park again? Sorry to keep you out so late, Mio. I can't take my mind off the curse bearer who was never found. It's no problem for me, I usually work at night anyway. Did you see Yako home safely? Yep, we sent her home in a patrol car earlier. Apparently, she put quite a fuss, saying she wanted to see things through to the end. Thank you. The Fist of Shadow was starting to take effect, so it would have been dangerous. There has to be a chicken sticker here. And there's something about lottery, jackpot lottery, something like that. 8 p.m. With no one around, this plain is silent as the grave. No one wants to go out at night in this part after everything that's happened over the past 2 days. I can get my mind off the remaining curse stone, the whispering kernel, and who the mastermind is, but we have to deal with that thing before I can worry about any of that. How is it going with the 2 talisman? Have you figured out the location of the records of Fate in Scroll? I have, more or less. When I combine the content of the 2 talisman, they form a seal which could be undone. The thing inside the talisman that looked like a scrap of wood were actually a tiny scroll kept folded up by the seal. Who would have thought the talisman actually contained the scroll itself? So that's the Yin scroll then. What's it say? Well, there's one more seal we have to undo to open this scroll. It's giving me some trouble, so I was actually hoping you could help me out. Okay, unlocking the seal. Got it, sure thing. I don't know what I'll be able to do, but let me at it. Wow, I didn't expect you to be so eager to help. It's oddly reassuring. Okay, let's see. There are 5 seals holding the scrolls shut. I think we have to remove them in the correct order. Each seal has a different beginning: a carp, a light, a beech leaf, a taiko drum, and a reed. Remove the 5 seal in the right order, okay? If we get it wrong, it's going to, go boom. No, we'll just have to try again. I tested it once already. Oh, you already tried it yourself? So brave. I think it's device, so the seal can only be undone if the curse for the rat have already been unleashed. And I think there's a hint to opening it hidden in something related to the curses. Just let me know when you're ready. What? It won't explode or anything, so we might as well give it a try. I see, okay. It won't explode or anything, so let's give it a try. Okay. The seal. Remove the 5 seal in the correct order now. The carp. Hey, isn't this? carp, a light, a beach, a taiko, and a reed. It is in the correct order. What? I don't think that was right. Nope, no good. What? That's not right? What? There. So the first thing Jinkichi told about the rite of resurrection, it's on the Taiko's Sugaru's Taiko, right? Then Junkichi got betrayed and he got hanged. It's in the beach leaf seal. After that, his wife also continued to investigate. He was deceived and then she got killed. It's the red seal. After that, his daughter also drowned, and lastly the light seal. Yes! Well, we got it open. Okay, just 2 tries. That's great. Nice job. It was easier than I thought. I just looked at which event followed which. Now we can finally read what's written inside. Let's see. I bequeath this scroll to future generations to be used in the event that calamity should arise from this grievous incident. Those who seek to forestall disaster must gather these 3 items in one place to cast my rite of cleansing and expel all rituals and curses in full. My soul, that is my curse echo, my body, that is a living continuation of my bloodline, my spirit, that is my consciousness. Mio, what does it say? First is it is a detailed account of the tragedy surrounding the rite of resurrection, and that occurred in Honjo back in the Edo period. The whole story of what we call the Honjo incident is laid out clearly. That incident was the origin of the 7 mysteries of Honjo and their curses, right? Yes, the resentment of the victims of the incident turned into curses, which are the curse echoes. The contents are organized like an answer sheet, so it doesn't just give us the information we need. Is there anything else? Yes, here what we've been looking for. I bequeath this scroll to future generations to be used in the event that calamity should arise from this grievous incident, say. Whoa, he foresaw all this happening? And it continues. Those who seek the forestall disaster must gather these 3 items in one place to cast my rite of cleansing and expel all rituals and curses in full. My soul, that is my curse echo, my body, that is a living continuation of my bloodline, my mind, that is my own consciousness. Wow, so if we gather these 3 things in one place, Seiman's rite of cleansing will activate and completely negate the curses and the rite of resurrection. Ooh, that's it. That's exactly what we need. The 3 things are Seiman's soul's body and mind. It says the soul is Seiman's curse echo. His curse echo, so Seiman himself is part of the 7 mysteries. Now that you mention it, Mr. Araishi said something along those lines before. There's another hint written there. My curse echo holds my curse. My curse bring ruin to other curse bearers. What kind of hint is this? Maybe it will make more sense as we keep looking. But will the curse echo still appear if the curse bearer is already gone? Next, the body is a descendant of Seiman's, it seems. Wasn't Yoshimi a relative of Seiman? He and Michio Shiraishi who had the other talisman. Again, both of them has already passed by the time this iteration of curses was unleashed. Damn, that's mean. What are we gonna do? His bloodline was also split up. There has to be other. Oh, there's another note here too. Where? Is it another hint? As for the body, seek not only one who bears my blood, but one with strong spirit sense. Such an individual will be able, if a spirit attempts to possess them, to instead take control of that spirit themselves. So it say, do we know anyone like that? I can't think of anyone. Let's move on for now. Next is the mind. What is the difference between the mind and soul? In paranormal theory, it said that humans are made out of soul, body, and mind. The mind is essentially thought to be part of the spirit that makes up one consciousness for oneself. It's like driving. The body is the car, the soul is the control system, and the mind is the driver. I see. I think that makes sense. So is there a hint for finding this one too? Well, let's see. There's this, should the rite of resurrection be activated elsewhere, so too shall my mind be awakened there. Simon tried to sell away the rite of resurrection, but before he could, Ashino stole the records of fates. As a countermeasure to the rite being activated, he made it so that his mind would be released from the seal. So, okay, but what does that actually mean? What it means is, Simon's mind awoke the night the rite was activated and must be possessing someone out there right now. What? So we have to get that person together with everything else. Alright, so we have to find the curse echo, the descendant, and the person possessed by Simon. Then we just get them together in one place and we'll be good to go. Right, but there's one thing. The second and third ones could both be the same person. Oh? But who could that be? If it's like how Michio lost her memories when she was possessing Yako, Simon's consciousness might not be aware of who it really is. So if he learned the truth, would he start to act on his own accord? Oh? Then that person could already be... Oh, hold on a second, someone's coming this way. Huh? Excuse me, could I interrupt you for just a moment? Yoko! Yoko! Would you buy this empty can of juice I just finished drinking for 1000 yen? Huh? I'll even throw it these bones from some fried chicken. You can't beat a deal like this. I don't really want them. Don't say that, come on, they're delicious. Actually, I thought I might just have a picnic right here. Would you join me? Sorry, I don't understand, what should we do? Well, it's not like we need this exact spot, and we can't do anything with other people around. Let's just move. No, don't! Sorry, we're in the middle of something, so we'll just be on our way. No! What? Yoko, you bitch! Is it Shogo? Is it Shogo is Simon possessing Shogo? Hello! You have my heartfelt thanks for all your hard work thus far. This brings the story of the seven mystery of Honjo to a close. And who could have foreseen such a conclusion? Unfortunately, it seemed the so-called mastermind was one step ahead of you. She remains hidden, leaving behind no evidence. Perhaps there is truly no way to stop her. However, should you find that this conclusion is not to your liking, by all means, please pursue a different path. You have done it once before, so I am sure you already know how. With that, I shall be taking my leave. I have been your humble storyteller. Good night. Holy shit! Huh? I'll slit your throat, you little shit! What? Stay back, I'll shoot! Stop, don't actually shoot, you idiot! See you around, dumb fucks! Shoot, he jumped! Damn it, after him! Don't let him get away! From HQ to all bureaus. Suspect evaded officer at Komagata Bridge and fled and currently remain at large. The time at which he threatened to carry out his attack is approaching. In response, we will call in reinforcement and widen the search perimeter beyond the immediate Sumida River area. Boss. Boss. I'm sorry, it's all my fault. If only I hadn't lost my nerve and opened fire. Enough, I told you already, it's on me. I should have told you to lower your weapons. Thinking that chasing him into the river would corner him was also a miscalculation. Sure, it's possible that right now he's sleeping with the fish at the bottom of the river, but somehow I doubt things would be that easy. Do you think he can really kill hundreds of people? Who knows, him saying he already used his curse turned out to be a bluff. Hard to believe he could kill hundreds at once, but even with a curse stone, but all we can do is pray that he was lying. No, he's not. He got internet. The condition for Najima curse stone, the one-sided root, was only later discovered. Filled by dismemberment, one whose faces, address, name, age, occupation, and location are all known by the curse bearer. And so, at sunset that day, out of 632 students enrolled at Komagata High School, the 377 who were at home, each one had one arm and one leg severed, one by one, in the order they appeared in the school register. They bled to death while screaming in agony. Having no known cause, this atrocity terrified the public, resulting in widespread panic. Before long, fear and speculation plunged society into total chaos, and misinformation about the curses began to spread. A series of unrelated incidents broke out, unleashing pandemonium beyond all control. While it was certain whether Fumichika Najima intended things to go this far, Tetsuo Tsutsumi daughter Aimetono was also killed by Najima's curse shortly after, and Tetsuo Tsutsumi, unable to bear the heavy responsibility or the people's blame, quit the police force and fled from the public eye. At the very least, Najima's goal of driving Tetsuo Tsutsumi to ruin could not have been more thoroughly achieved. Thus, with his rapturous satisfaction, the curtains closed on. Nejima's Reminiscence. What Tejo went on to use his enormous hoard of soul dregs for remains unclear. But according to later reports, Nejima devoted himself to his master, a woman called Lady Ashino. I don't know where to start here. Why me? No, instead of talking about that, how about we talk about why you're so shaken? As I thought you have a curse bearer too. You're a curse bearer, aren't you, lady? So we deliberately hiding it up? Ah, there we go. Wow! She fulfilled the condition. Oh, she sure did. Okay, it's time for a beatdown. Jeez, why did you try to hide it now all the times? I wouldn't have come if you weren't a curse bearer. Oh my god, I'm getting beaten by death! I'm beaten to death! Stop! Too bad, she's already dead. This is horrific. I'll be taking her curse stone. Whoa, huh? All the hunting clappers needed was a source of fire? That was a close one. Now then, what will you do, Mr. Investigator? You're not a curse bearer, so I don't have any reason to kill you. But I won't show you mercy if you're going to try and capture me. So what will you do? I still don't know how her curse works. It's too risky to make a move. Your employer's already dead anyway, so there's no reason for you to go out your way to arrest me, right? I could still do my duty as a citizen and report you, you know? What a surprise, this is when you decide to suddenly choose the side of righteousness? She was after the same thing, you know? There's no clean hand when it comes to soul dregs. Well, it looks like you don't have anything to say about that. I'll be taking my life then. Bye-bye! Upon killing Haruo Sugima, a fellow curse bearer, Ayametono obtained more and enough soul dregs for the rite of resurrection. However, it turns out that the resurrection of someone who died a long time ago required an even large amount. To fulfill her heart's deepest desire, she had need to harvest more. So, she waited for the sun to set for when the Fish of Shadow effects were in its peak. And she used the one-sided reed curse stone she had stolen from Kumichika Nejima. With it, she proceeded to kill all those whose personal information she knew, starting with those who mattered least to her. About the one-sided reed, kills by dismemberment was one whose face addressed name. I know this one. Many of them were random and gullible and disposable, drawn in by the lure of a female university student. One noteworthy victim of them was Tetsuo Tsutsumi, who was being a curse bearer himself, was promptly targeted for his soul dregs. Tsutsumi's death threw the investigation efforts into disarray, allowing Ayame to evade capture. Afterwards, she acquired various addresses, registers, and phone books and systematically killed the people listed in them. Unsuspecting victims could be safe at home, only to be suddenly have their limbs severed. The strange death shook society to its core. Did you really want to resurrect an artist from... Is that it? But all things must come to an end, and so in time the killing stopped. Sometimes after the killings, a modern-day genius female ukiyo artist bursts into the art scene. She introduced herself as the mysterious matte painteress, and her fame grew quickly as she presented one incredible work after another. Praised as the modern reincarnation of Katsushika Hokusai, she quickly made her own mark on history. Is that it? IMS aspiration. Woo! To the last of this, right? Knowing what happened, seems that Yoko is the main villain, so maybe should start here. Oh, it's the first jump scare. I'm not afraid anymore. I already know what happened. The hell is that? It looks like a light floating in midair. The hell is that? Does that mean that she was the previous owner of the Curse of the Whispering Canal? Yes, she did. Then did she know that the rite of resurrection involved? Then she got killed by her own curse because of that, right? Because of this, right? It's coming closer. Is this another one of the 7 mystery? It look like a will o' wisps, maybe. Was there anything like that in the 7 mysteries? Let's touch it. Am I supposed to touch it? It's the Seiman guy, right? Shogo is the other person, other descendant. Cleansing. When the body, soul, and mind of Seiman Tsuchimikado have all been brought together, the rite of cleansing is activated, dispelling all rituals and curses that have previously been performed. Oh! My! Finally, you have arrived at this juncture. I expected no less from you. That would mean that you have managed to bring everything to light. Though there is the possibility that you have wound up here by chance. So before I take you any further, I must ask you a number of questions. But what exactly the soul, body, and mind of Seiman Tsuchimikado are? Firstly, which curse echo represents the soul of Seiman Tsuchimikado? Easy, it's the beckoning light. Yes, that is exactly it. After his defeat at the hands of Ashino in the Honjo incident, Seiman wandered about near Hoonji. The form of his curse echo changed over time with the legend he left behind. This is the curse echo which has acquired by Mayu Chozawa. But when called forth by Seiman's body and mind, it appeared momentarily before him. Let us continue. Who served as the self of Seiman Tsuchimikado? Who was his body, his descendant who carried his blood in their veins? It's me! No, it's him! Right? Correct again! Although Sogoki was born to an ordinary family, the blood of a distant relative ran thick in his veins. In truth, the same is true for Yoko Fukunaga. She was also one who had the blood of a distant relative coursing through her. In her case, it was Ashino. Seiman and Ashino fated to meet again all these hundreds of years later. Now for my final question. Who is the mind of Seiman Tsuchimikado? Tell me the name of the person whose consciousness was directly tied to his. It's me again, right? Oh, I see. You believe it to be Shogo? Oh! What? I don't understand. Oh! Wait, is it me? Gotta be kidding me, right? Oh, it's not. Is it me all caps then? What? It is? That's so dumb. You're. I spent so many time inputting all those names. I am Seiman Suchimikado. I forgot to talk, as your consciousness was all that was left of you. You manipulated time and space by way of the story chart, jumping from vessel to vessel, and manipulated your host's action by whispering commands into their ears. In doing so, you were able to get the full picture of what needed to be done. But at one point, while still unconscious, you managed to remember your duty. The so-called mastermind behind these events, the one who awakened the rat and the curses, was Yoko Fukunaga, descendant of Ashino herself. You unconsciously activated your curse and killed her. How interesting that she awakened Seima's consciousness at the same time as the curse. That was the one and only time she could have been stopped. But due to your influence on Sogo Okiya's will, Yoko Fukunaga was brought back to life, using the story chart to undo her death. I led you to believe that it was the work of the Wrath of Resurrection itself. But as it turns out, seeing what would transpire if the mastermind was not killed at the outset is what ultimately revealed the way to put an end to the curses for good. There were certain things which would have answered all your questions had you noticed them. For example, even while under your control, Sogo Okie willingly used his curse. That's right. That's why I noticed the very first time. When I asked you early on how many Sogo Okie had killed, this is what I meant. Had you not used the curse, Sogo Okie would have not done so of his own accord. Furthermore, Mayu Chozo was able to recall information which only you knew. Yeah, that's so meta. She was able to do this because she was connected to you through her curse, Echo, the beckoning light. Now, allow me to ask you one last question. If you, knowing all that you know now, had the ability to resurrect one life, what would you do? I wouldn't want it, I would destroy it. Oh, I see. There's too many. Yeah, that was Ayman's original intention. I apologize for leaving it out to options when I first asked you this question. Now it is time to bring things to a close. Upon your arrival here, the Rite of Cleansing was activated, dispelling all other rituals and curses. Look upon the fruit of your efforts, and then we shall leave this world behind for good. Okay, thank you truly for all the work you have done. Let's see what happened. Shogo alive? Only Yoko is dead? That's what happened. I can't believe it. I finally understand. Yoko sitting so unnaturally. I was the one who did that to Yoko. The blood of the Onmyoji that's inside me broke into my consciousness and gave me that curse. Yoko was after the Rite of Resurrection. She was the one who awakened the curses of the Seven Mysteries and cast the Feast of Shadow. And the only way to stop all of it was to put a stop to her here. Otherwise, the rite of cleansing might have been negated too. I wonder how much of it was really her doing all those things. Yoko. Everyone called Yoko is sus. I guess that's explain why I felt like it was fate when this all started, though she didn't seem to notice. I guess things were always destined to end like this from the moment we met. I wish we could have met under different circumstances. No point in thinking like that now. God, I need a drink. I'm thinking a Moscow Mule or 2 or 3. Damn it. Haruhi Shigima? Ma'am, what is it? Just a dream. It seems that it was all just a dream. I dreamt that there was such a thing as the rite of resurrection. Just a dream. I'm sorry to say it, but there isn't. Right? Of course not. But even if there is no such thing, I promise you that I will get to the bottom of the kidnapping. In fact, I've happened to find a very important lead from over a year ago. Something that's evaded outreach until now, an eyewitness for the scene of the kidnapping. I see. It's Michio, right? But Michio is dead. Whoa, what the hell is this? The medical unit told me to get down here. What happened? As I was looking into Yoshimi's death at the former Yasuda Gardens, another body was discovered at a different park in the area. Could they be related? It sure looks like it, but... Excuse me, we found this among the victim's belongings. Thought you'd want to know. What's this? What the hell? Look what was in the female victim's address book. Yoshimi's phone number and photo. What? And the picture. There's an axe drawn on it and a bunch of weird symbols and a hole where his heart would be. No. Do you think could this be some kind of curse or something? How many times do I have to tell you not to try to connect everything to the occult? Damn it, is this Nakagoshi case after all? Is this a Nakagoshi case after all? What was that, boss? Don't worry about it. Make sure you put that photo into evidence. There's no doubt this is related to Yoshimi. Make sure you do a thorough sweep of the area. I'm gonna make a phone call. Got it, leave it to me. Spend as long as you want on the phone. Yakko. Mio, it turns out Michio really did die in an accident. Yeah, if we ask around, we might be able to get a little more information. I guess there never really was a such thing as the rite of resurrection. But I did feel like there was a spirit watching over us. Yeah, it's Michio. Michio. This dude. Damn it, why? Nothing's happening. But now my contracts won't be. No! I should never believe in these blasted records of fates. To all of you watching from far, far away, the right of resurrection has never existed, not in any world, not in any time. So I ask you to take the life you hold and move boldly forward one step at a time. Richard, your eye is out. Do you want to question him? Hang on, Ario. I want to get enough evidence for a search warrant. Let him go for now, and I'll follow him. That's the kidnapper? Yes, I'm the one who did it. So please help me. Oh, shut up, Namigaki. She always following me. I'm so sorry, Michio. I had no idea. What? Hajime was killed by this Yoko Fukunaga? How can that be? He wasn't that kind of guy who just be picked off like that. You know that. Yeah, and boss is hiding something. There seems to be kind of secret hidden in Hajime's family tree. Let's see if I can find out what it is. I had heard you would be absent today. Is there something you need? Well, I seem to have this spirit sense thing all of a sudden. I know it's sort of thing our chairwoman doesn't approve of, so I thought I'd mention it. You could have called, didn't you? Were the standoffish type? I had to find out from you. I forgot all about my favorite chief inspector. The hell are you planning? Nothing so heinous as you're thinking. I'm only Makoto Ashumiya after all, nothing but a lowly janitor. How's things with you? You getting along with your daughter? Well, you know, more or less.